Hello, everybody. How are you? A beautiful sunny morning in San Diego, 9:36 a.m. And guys, we just did an intro video to La Mesa, California, which is east of San Diego a few miles. I think nine and a half, probably 9 3/4, maybe 9.9 miles. I don't know, right in there. And this video is going to be about five. That's right, 5 things you can do in Mesa, California. Because La Mesa is such in demand in terms of a residential and tourist destination that it helps to have an itinerary before you show up. And therefore, you can make your visit more economical. And it also reduces traffic on the streets, which is already out of control in La Mesa due to the demand on people wanting to visit and move here. Some people visit, and then the same day they decide to move, and they call their mover, and their apartment or house is empty by the end of the day, and by 3 days later they've moved into a new place here. Sometimes the new place isn't ready, so they set up their furniture on the street, and they sleep on a couch on the sidewalk, and then they make their breakfast also on the sidewalk, while they watch Netflix with the TV sitting in one of the parking spots on the area streets. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon. So guys, number 1 on our list, boating on Lake Murray. Now, Lake Murray is such an appealing destination for outdoor water sports activities. What's unique about Lake Murray is everybody that works there, every single person looks exactly or very similar to Murray on the old Mary Tyler Moore show, one of the important characters in that TV show. And the people of Lake Murray were trying to determine what is a unique angle that we can come up with in the highly competitive outdoor water activities and tourist destination markets. And somebody said, why don't we have all of the people wear Donald Duck masks? And fearing legal action from the Disney company, they decided to modify that idea and simply hire people that look like a character that wouldn't get them sued. And they came up with Murray of the Mary Tyler Moore show. Pretty exciting. So try that one. All right, number 2 on our list of things to do, 5 things to do in La Mesa, California, is the La Mesa Walkway of the Stars. Now, guys, this is very similar to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, if you've ever been to Los Angeles or heard of it, where they have famous stars with their own star embedded in the sidewalk along Hollywood Boulevard and surrounding sidewalks, of course, as well. Now, in La Mesa, the Walkway of the Stars will not take you long. There are 7 stars, and we're talking about famous people that came from La Mesa that had enough success in different walks of life to garner winning their own star. And they're generally about 15 feet apart, so the whole walkway will take you maybe, I'm going to say, 47 seconds to maybe 3 minutes and 24 seconds to complete, because of its very succinct and concise placement. So the city did that for a reason. Okay, they want to make the most impact in the least amount of time so that people leave La Mesa with a favorable impression, and tourists are able to go back home to Australia, Japan, Columbus, Ohio, and say, hey, you got to do the La Mesa Walkway of the Stars. It will only take you under 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Okay, and then that way, people know that their time is being valued by the city of La Mesa. All right, that's a good one. And so what do we got? We did let's recount. We did the boating on Lake Murray, water activities. We did the Walkway of the Stars. All right, let's say number 3 on our list. You can go to a wine tasting. Now, a lot of people don't realize that this is huge wine tasting country. There are vineyards in La Mesa that rival the very best French and California wines that are available on the marketplace. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of La Mesa Winery. They have a whole wide variety of wines that have unique tastes. For example, one of the most famous, the La Mesa Winery peanut butter wine. Now, what's key about the peanut butter wine is you match it with the best jelly or jam sandwiches that you can come up with. You're going to have a taste sensation, guys. All right, then you have the Tootsie Roll wine flavor. Now, here's an interesting twist. The grape Tootsie Roll wine flavor coming out of the La Mesa wineries. And guys, if you don't realize, wine is made from grapes. So now you have a Tootsie Roll wine with a grape twist. It's just so much creativity in one little bottle that it's driving people crazy. I mean, Wine Spectator had a whole cover spread on the La Mesa wineries and their unique flavors. And what was the featured wine on the cover? It was the Tootsie Roll wine grape flavor. So guys, it's one of the most exciting things about the area. In fact, sometimes there's so many people that come from San Diego. We're not even talking about Los Angeles or Lodi or Victorville. There's so many people from the area that come here to sample the wines that they actually bought 4 or 5 electronic trolleys and 3 horse-drawn carriages to take people around to the different wineries. So I would say it's definitely got to be on your list, but I would plan ahead and give them a call. Tell them if you need to get a trolley reservation or one of the horse-drawn carriages. Now, here's a little inside tip. This is a tourist hack. The horse-drawn carriage, okay, can accommodate 6 people, and there's 3 of them. But let's say you have 7 in your party, or maybe even 8. They will let 2, maybe 1 or 2 people ride. Let's say 1 adult and 1 child ride on the horses themselves, or horse in the case of a single horse-drawn carriage. And that way your entire party is accommodated, and you can sample the wines. Now, of course, the child cannot sample wines, but they do have Reese's peanut butter cups at all the different wineries for them to nibble on. The downside of that is the sugar will get them so excited you're going to have a hard time calming them down, in which case the wineries also provide iPads that you can hand out to the kids. And, of course, that's the best way to handle any kind of child difficulty, is just hand them an iPad. That seems to be the way to do it now. All right. So next thing you know, next thing you know, you're gonna wake up in La Mesa and let's move here, is what you're gonna say. All right. So next on our list is, I don't even know what number we're on. Mission Trails Regional Park, guys. Mission Trails Regional Park is one of the biggest urban parks in the country. Oh my gosh. Listen, if you have a unicycle with off-roading tires, this is the place. They have a special dirt track. If you've ever seen these skate parks where the kids can skate around on their skateboards and they go through the pools and the ramps, they have that for unicycle off-roaders. And I don't know if in your town there's a unicycle off-roading association club, but if there is, you need to go down there and knock on the door during their monthly meeting and say, guys, we got to go down to this place in La Mesa, because not only can you ride your unicycle off-road at the Mission Trails Regional Park, you can do loop-de-loops, and they'll let you flip in the air. So there's not a lot of regional parks that have that kind of capacity that let you flip in the air doing, and I'm talking upside down. And the reason being is the insurance is so high when they allow that. But this place does. And guys, if you're an expert unicycle off-roader or just a beginner and you want to try flipping around upside down, and I don't mean twisting. I don't mean doing a little 360 like a skier. I mean going up where your head is pointed to the ground. If you put a laser beam on your head pointing directly to the sky, I'm saying this laser would be pointed at the ground. In fact, some of the biggest unicycle off-roaders are able to write their name with the laser in the dirt by just shaking their head around while they're flipping around. So, guys, it's just such an amazing opportunity. You really got to put that on your list. So you got the Mission Trails Regional Park, you got the wineries, you got the Walkway of the Stars. We started with Lake Murray, and that brings us to one of the most unique and exciting things, and that's the La Mesa Antique Mall. Now, it's on the boulevard there. It's right near the Village, which is the downtown, uptown, however you want to say it, area. It's one of the most unique antique shops in the area and has antiques from all over the community, from one end of La Mesa to another. So if you've ever driven by a house in La Mesa and they put those old mattresses out there or old chairs or that IKEA corner desk they bought for their kid that was going to college, they thought they'd study at home, but of course that didn't work out. The kid was out partying every night and had to flunk out of college and go to community college. And in fact, that didn't work out. And the next thing you know, they're working the dock down there at the San Diego oceanfront. But that's their own personal arc. Everybody's on a journey. We can't decide what our children are going to do with their lives. They have to decide that for themselves. And at a certain point, their choices have to dictate their life. We have to let go. We have to learn to let go. Okay, it's like those Vegas dealers. You just dust your hands, and you put your hands in the air, and you say, "I'm done." Okay, so you say, "What? At what point should the kid be done?" And I'm saying that when they're 24, 25, 26, 27, still living at home and still sleeping in a race car bed, all right, and still demanding that you cut their sandwiches diagonally. That you've made every morning, it's time to have a chat. And that chat should have an exit plan for them to exit your household. So that's the La Mesa Antique Mall. Very exciting. Guys, I don't know if I got all 5 in there, but I feel like we did. 5 exciting and unique things you can do in La Mesa, California. Give them a try.